Corey Babineau, a game-high 24 points, 11 of 19 from the field. This is Adeyeye, a huge three. Josh Adeyeye coming off a 35-point night on Monday. He's got 11 and none bigger than those three.
11 on 3 of 4 from 3. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Harvey finds space in the corner. Good closeout by Holder. In the paint, this is Brian Pegg. Shot too strong off the glass, and Holder gets the rebound.
They've done a brilliant job neutralizing him here in the second half, challenging him to get him to pick up fouls. He's yet to score since halftime.
Babineau missed the floater off the glass, but an offensive rebound for Darian Fernandez.
The rebounding was even for most of this game, but you want to know what's propelling this lead for Jacksonville. They've secured 13 of the last 15 rebounds.
Adeyeye, not this time. Rebound Rivera. Looking to push the pace. In the corner, Cameron Harvey for three. Yes, sir. Back to a 4-point game. Cameron Harvey with 4 triples today.
Makes sense that Stetson's heating up from the outside right here at the end of the game. They've been cold all day. And finally, Stetson's starting to make some outside shots to keep this one close. But they've got to find something defensively to slow down Jacksonville and keep this offensive rebounding from hurting them too much.
12 points now for Harvey, one of 4 different Stetson players in double figures. Fernandez driving on Pegg. Pegg did not foul, and a rebound for Rivera.
Really good defense from Pegg.
Harvey off to Miles. He got fouled, and 3 free throws upcoming. An opportunity to narrow the deficit to just 1.
That is not the best decision Corey Babineau has ever made. Look at this improvisation from Harvey. And then Babineau realized at the last second that he was way too outstretched. Miles has no intention of making this shot. He is entirely determined to get the contact. A really smart play from the Alabama sophomore.
Miles gets the first. Babineau now has 3 fouls. Marcel White has 4, and that's the extent of the foul trouble for Jacksonville. It is a much different story for Stetson. Again, Angel Rivera, Brian Pegg, Grant Lazoya, and Luke Doyle each have 4 fouls. And here comes Marcel White back into the game for Antoine Clayton.
2 of those guys, Pegg and Rivera, are in the game. Rivera, their best defensive player, at least best defensive guard. And Pegg, their really only true post presence. They have to be in there.
Miles gets 2 out of 3. And he's narrowed the deficit to 2. 2.5 minutes left, 74-72, Jacksonville in front in search of their 5th consecutive win. And with a W, they'd move to 7-2 in Atlantic Sun play.
What a season it's already been for Tony Josik's crew.
Holder drives on Harvey. That'll be a foul on the floor, but 11 team fouls now on Stetson, so a couple of free throws coming up.
Harvey doing all he can here and leans in with the hip before the shot. Stetson can't afford to help because then that backside cut gets open. And you can't foul if you're Pegg. So he can't really do anything except just stand there with his hands up.
Holder now 5 of 7 from the line today, 72% on the year. And free throws have been so important here in the second half. Jacksonville now 4 of 8 from the line since halftime. The Hatters are 8 of 10, a big reason why they're right in this game. Holder can't get the second. Still a 1-possession game with 2:20 remaining.
And Miles jumped a bit early, used that body control to gain some hang time and pick out the rebound. Very nicely done.
Every possession so pivotal here. Newton with a pump fake. Couldn't get the mid-range jumper to go.
That's a great look, and I really like him taking that shot, faking out the defender. Just didn't make it. In and out. Sometimes you're not going to get that roll. It's just the way of the game.
Jacksonville in no hurry at all. Holder defended by Newton. Pick and fade with Adeyeye. Inside to White. Now Clayton lost the handle. Rivera comes up with it. 1:40 to go. Miles in transition. He got blocked by Clayton. Rivera with the putback and 2 free throws coming up.
Smart job by Miles. Take this right to the rack. You have 3 trailers. Go for it. What a play by Holder to block the shot. But Clayton had himself out of position. And Rivera's there to get the foul. That's a great job by Rivera to stay with the play.
He's made all 5 of his 3 throws this afternoon. 6 for 6. Grant Lazoya about to check in for Stetson, and you're seeing Darian Fernandez enter the floor as well in favor of Antoine Clayton. Brian Pegg's going to leave the floor for Stetson.
Curious decision, but perhaps they want him in on offense and not on defense. Corey Williams only has the one timeout remaining, though.
1 point game. Jacksonville has gone cold since their 18-2 run. They've missed 4 of their last 5 shots.
And since then, Stetson's on an 11-4 run to bring this within 2. What a job by the Hatters to come back. They were down 13 against Upstate in the second half, came back to tie and won in overtime. Down 9 in this second half, 1 point away from tying the ball game.
Now you see each of these two teams have 4 players in double figures, and Babineau leads all of them. He's got 26 points on 12 of 21 shooting.
It's an undefendable shot. He gets around the defender and uses his length to score the basketball. Brilliantly done.
Still a 3-point game, final minute. Divine Miles ties the game. A step back 3, and it's 77 all. 21 points for the point guard.
A new career high for Divine Miles. What a performance.
Final minute at the Edmund Center. It does not get much better than this in Atlantic Sun play.
Look at this. Beautiful step back. Fernandez is going to need new Nikes after that one.
Casey Alexander has got to like what he's seen at his former home, the Edmund Center. He coached the Hatters for 3 years, ending in 2013. He made that squad for Stetson one of the best passing teams in the country. He's done the very same thing with the Lipscomb Bisons. They average over 17 assists a game, top 3 in Division I college basketball. Here they've got a 16-point lead early on in the second half. Luke Doyle into the game for Stetson. Lazoya broke free, and he couldn't get the roll. Rebound goes to Pepper.
It's very important for Grant, who made a nice move to get open there, not to get discouraged with that miss. He was silent in the second half on Thursday after 13 in the first half. Had 13 again in the first 20 minutes tonight.
Wild shot from Miller. Brandmeier missed the putback, and here comes Divine Miles. 1-on-2. Can he split the D? Not this time. Pegg, second chance, and 1. He'll get to the free throw line, and the Hatters could use some more offensive rebounding like that.
Very nice job by Brian. Miles, knowing he had trailers, took a shot at the basket. Lazoya and Pegg were both there. Watch how Grant spaces the floor here, too. That's not an easy shot for Miles to make, but Lazoya, just with his mere presence, keeps Hampton away from the basketball.
Stetson Hatters men's basketball on ESPN3 is brought to you by Seminole Power Sports. Seminole Power Sports, a premier dealership located in Sanford. They provide vehicles from top brands including Can-Am, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Honda, and more. Pay them a visit online at SeminolePowersports.com. Back to a 13-point deficit for Stetson to try and overcome. Just 3 minutes into the second half. Hampton on the drive, left one for Garrison. He has been tough to stop this afternoon. Garrison Matthews, 13 points. He's shooting over 50%.
Half of those points here in the second half. Very impressed with this young man from Franklin, Tennessee.
The reigning Atlantic Sun newcomer of the week, Matthews averaged 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists last week. Goodman, three-pointer from the wing. Yes, sir. He rattles it home. Leo Goodman knocks down his first 3 of the day.
This guy's going to be a heck of a player in a couple of years for Stetson. So much length, and as he fills out a little bit more and diversifies his game, he'll be a very valuable piece for Corey Williams.
David Washon into the game, threw one away, but Matthews able to track it down. Washon, the 7'2" grad student from Concord, North Carolina, only played 2 minutes in the first half. He went 0 for 2 from the field, looking for his first bucket. He's not going to get it here as Brian Pegg rejects him. Lazoya and Miles in transition. Another and 1 for Stetson. Tremendous passing on the break, and they've got a chance to make this a single-digit game.
Really well done, top to bottom on that sequence by the Hatters. Miles CCS numbers, Lazoya with a beautiful shovel, Pepper totally out of position, and Divine using his elite level body control to put the one in the basket. Excellent play for Stetson, and you see how well coached this team is in Corey Williams' 3rd season.
Divine Miles has 8 points on 3 of 9 shooting, 7 rebounds to lead Stetson, and 2 assists. Eli Pepper is the game's leading rebounder. The freshman has 8 boards already. Well, Miles completes the 3-point play. Hatters back within 9.
Really nice little run for the Hatters. This team's hallmark has been fighting back in the second half, never giving up. And though it's ended in more losses than wins, you will never find the Hatters out of a game for long.
J.C. Hampton missed an open look from 3. And they've only got one more conference game left. Luke Doyle from the corner, that's a 3. How about Stetson? They've scored 6 straight points, and they're back within 6.
What a phenomenal run for the Hatters, and what a perfectly timed make for Doyle, who's gone cold over the last 6 games or so. That's tremendous for Stetson.
Morin can't answer. Another rebound for Brian Pegg. Stetson on a 12-2 run. They've made each of their last 4 shots.
Look at the energy these guys are playing with now. Time to find another open shooter.
Leo Goodman spinning. Gets to the lane, but kicks out for Lozoya. Shot clock halfway expired. Lozoya came down, but a jump ball called, and the Hatters keep possession.
Oh, that could have been a travel against Grant. That's another break for Stetson. Hatters have to capitalize. This has been a fantastic run for the team in white and green.
The Hatters were down by 16. Corey Williams called a timeout, and now they're back within 6.